when people hear Burundi, what comes into mind is poverty, political instability, and challenges. In this video, I'm going to show you the Burundi that were not shown in the TV. And I'm going to show you things like things to do in Burundi, where to stay, and what food you're going to eat. So let's go on a journey and discover the Burundi that were not shown on TV. So before I start, let's talk about a little history of Burundi. So Burundi gained its independence in 1962, and the official language in Burundi are Kirundi, French, English, and a little bit of Swahili. And there are two capital cities of Burundi, Gitega and Bujumbura. Now, Gitega is considered as a political capital city. This is the same as Dodoma in Tanzania. Then there is Bujumbura. This is where the trade takes place. This is the example of Dar es Salaam in Tanzania. So before I start talking about things to do in Burundi, one may be wondering, what's an easy way for me to enter in Burundi from Tanzania? So there are two borders you can enter Burundi. So there is Manyovu border in Kigoma. Then there is Kabanga border in Ngara, Kagera. Now the Manyovu border, I used this border when I was going to Burundi, and let me tell you, the laws there are not quite well. And when I was coming back from Burundi, I used the Ngara border. Now the laws are not that well, but at least they are good. So if you're planning to go to Burundi, I would suggest you use the Ngara border because it's an easy way and the laws are at least in good condition. And I read online that there are direct buses there, but I've not used, so I cannot say about that. But from coming back from Burundi, I used the NOAA, so this is hitchhiking, and which I would highly recommend because they are comfortable. So you just need to find the driver and they'll join you with other passenger and you'll be on your way to Burundi. And most people assume that while in Burundi, there's really nothing to do there in Burundi, but I'm here to tell you that there are a lot of activities to do in Burundi. And one among the activities that you can do in Burundi is go see the Teza tea plantation. Now this is where the tea is grown, and this is one among the jobs that employ a lot of youth in Burundi. So you will learn how it's grown, and if you have time, you can even learn how the picking of the tea is done. And the landscape there are very beautiful, and I will highly recommend going see the Teza tea plantation. Contrary to what we are shown in the media, Burundi is a country that is rebuilding itself and thriving. The people are incredible, warm and proud and hardworking. And these people are moving forward despite the difficulty they have faced in the past. You'll be surprised to know that Burundi has a thriving arts and music scene. Traditional drum is a key part of the culture, and the music here tells the story of the people who have been through a lot but continue to celebrate life. So once you're in Burundi, you have to see the Ishora drums in Gitega. Now let me tell you one thing. If you got limited time and you only have to do one activity, then this is the activity that you must do while in Burundi. And this is a UNESCO heritage, and the sound of the drums and the dancing are amazing, as you can see for yourself here. It's very beautiful, very nice, and it's very soothing. Burundi is also home to one of the largest freshwater Lake Tanganyika, And the people of Burundi rely on this lake for their life, so they do the fishing, and sometimes they use the water for irrigation. And once you're in Burundi, you can go see this lake. It's beautiful and there are beaches there. And one surprising fact about the beaches in Burundi is that there is no public beach. People have their private property on the beach, and if you want to go to the beach, you have to go to a hotel in order for you to be able to access the beaches, which was quite surprising considering that in Tanzania we have free beaches like Coco Beach, which is not the case for Burundi. Lastly, you can go for a town tour and go see the Museum of Burundi and learn about the history of Burundi. And once traveling, I think that if you don't go to the museum and learn about the history of people, you will not understand where these people came from, what really is going on their life, and what really are they struggling about. So if you really want to understand the country, I would highly recommend going to see the museum and see the town. So that's all. For the accommodation part in Burundi, unfortunately, there are no hostels for budget traveler, but there are some hotels I think that you can use or you can book which are budget friendly. Once I was in Burundi, I stayed at a hotel called Urban Lodge, which was quite nice, which I would highly recommend once you are in Burundi. Now let's talk culture shock in Burundi. One of the surprising culture shock that I learned in Burundi is that polygamy in Burundi is not allowed. You're not allowed to have more than one wife, and if your wife reports you to the authority, you're in a risk of being jailed. So for my brothers who wants to have a lot of wives, I think, and want to relocate to Burundi, I think Burundi is not for you at all. And another culture shock, this is not a culture shock, this is the fact that Burundi is facing, is that Burundi currently, they acquire their oil through black market, so there's oil shortage in Burundi, and I think this is because they're landlocked, so they depend from their friendly countries like Tanzania for them to bring oil, and so the oil is very scarce, and for you to be able to acquire the oil you have to go through the black market. So most people don't take their cars to work, they use public transportation so as to reduce the cost of transportation. Another, and I think this is the last culture shock, the tourism industry don't accept their local currency. So once you're in Burundi, make sure you have the dollar, because most of the tour guides, they'll want you to pay in dollars and not in Burundi currencies. So don't change your money because they only accept the dollars there. And my thoughts about visiting Burundi, I think Burundi is a small country which is still growing, and I think it will do better in future. So if you want to go to Burundi, I would highly recommend going there. And let me know in the comments, would you go to Burundi, and let me know what you'd like to see in the next travel video for me. So don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, as this helps the channels grow. Thank you, and see you on the next video.